What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mike Brooks with Mike's Madden School, and we are here with the official target passing tutorial for Madden 23. That's right. I've been in the lab. I figured some things out. I figured the best game options for the target passing, so you can get the best results. And let's not waste any time, man. Let's get right into it. Class is now in session. So first, let's talk about what target passing is. Target passing is basically a way for you to direct the ball wherever you want to throw it. And before you could directional pass, but now you have a visual indication of where you're putting the ball. So now when you're throwing a ball, you have four key things to look at. You have the accuracy/power bar, the actual catch radius of your wide receiver, the reticle of where you want the ball to go, and then the actual target of where your accuracy of your quarterback is actually throwing the ball. So before we go out in the field, let's take it to the settings and show you exactly how to set it up the right way. So you're gonna go in anywhere there's settings. If you're in the middle of a game, if you're before the game, you just go to options and you'll go to settings. You'll go to game options, and then you'll come down to where it says skill-based passing. Now, you have three options for the passing type. You have placement, where this enables you to control the placement of the pass within the target area and finer control over the path strength. Then you have placement and accuracy, where you control the accuracy of the pass as well. And then you have, of course, the classic way if you don't want to do the skill-based passing. Now, a lot of people, I've heard a lot of different things, but in my opinion, the easiest way to complete skill-based passing is to just worry about the placement of the ball. The accuracy, in my opinion, it's a little bit hard to get touch passing and lob passes with the accuracy because you're worrying about getting the bar in the right place, and it's really only good for bullet passes. Now, when you have placement, you don't have to worry about the accuracy of the pass because the accuracy of the pass is going to be based off your individual quarterback's ratings. And all you have to worry about is where you put the ball. And if you put it in the right place and the quarterback doesn't throw it accurately, if he's under pressure, what have you, you just, chalk that up to the game. But when you worry about just the placement and you don't have to worry about the accuracy and everything, it makes your world so much easier. Now, they have passing slowdown. Now, once again, this is so you can get used to it. You can only use the passing slowdown when you're playing against the computer or when you're playing in practice, but you can't use it in MUT play or online or any type of online play. So I personally don't recommend practicing with the slowdown because you can't ever use it when it matters. Now, unless you're you play by yourself on franchise and do that, that's perfectly fine. You can do whatever you want. But if you're an online player, whether you play regs or MUT, there's no reason to use slow down passing because if you get used to it, then you got to get used to the speed up passing anyway. So don't worry about it. Next, you have three options here for the free form reticle max distance. So this is where you're actually going to place the ball, okay? Whether it be near the actual radius of where they said the receiver can catch the ball, whether it's far from the radius or no max distance. If you want to fully use the target-based passing to its full extent, you have to have it on no max distance, okay? Now last, we're going to show you the free form reticle speed. A lot of people have it on the default, which is 7. I've tried it all the way down and I've tried it all the way up and everywhere in between. And to me, 5 is the best way to go. It allows you to get it there fast, but not too fast to where you're putting it all out of bounds. So this is the great speed. Now this is something that you can play with. I recommend you playing with this, getting to the speed that you like to put in the placement of the ball where you want to. But I found that 5 out of 20 is just right for me. Now this where you see the reticle visibility, you can see where you're putting the ball. Now this right here, the meter visibility, since we're only using placement and not using accuracy, I'm going to put this at hidden so it doesn't distract you from actually putting the ball where you want to put it. So once we got it there, we're just going to back out and hit the practice field. Now right here, in order to use the freeform passing, you have to hold the L2 button, and then you can throw the ball anywhere you want to on the field. If you don't hold the L2 button, you will only throw the ball within the catch radius that's designated by your receiver. So for example, I'm going to hike the ball. I have a curl route on the left side by Terry McLaurin. I don't know what defense they're playing. I just put on random defense. But I have a curl route for Terry McLaurin. Okay, so I'm not going to press or hold the L2 button so I can show you how far you can throw the ball to the left or right. So he's going to come back, I'm throwing it to the left, and you see when I didn't hold the button, it only went as far as the catch radius, which that is fine on some cases. Now I'm gonna hold the L2 button, and then I'm gonna push the direction of how far I can throw this L2 as far as outside the reticle. You see how far I was able to throw it? I was able to throw it way out there outside of the catch radius. Now I know you're saying, well, why would I want to do that? Just wait. And you see how I threw it low? So now they had to come back for that ball. So if we go to the replay, you saw where the reticle was where I came back. I threw it low, or threw it to where it landed over here, and so now he has to come back to that football to catch it. So it's not necessarily, so you remember last year, if you were, and even this year, if you go back to the original way of passing, if you press L2, it'll be a low ball. Well, this year they don't have low balls if you do the direct base passing, because you can throw it wherever you want to throw it. So you can throw it sort of, short in a sense, and then that receiver will have to come back to the ball and go get it. And that's what you want to do for comebacks. Now we're about to get to the part that's going to separate you from any other online player if you can master these couple of skills. If you're finding this video helpful and you want to get more content, whether it be from Madden standpoint, fighting game standpoint, or you want to learn more about creating your gaming channel and making money playing video games, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and never miss any of my content. Now let's continue. Now this next skill that we're going to go over the back shoulder pass. You've seen this a lot from Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams back in their heyday. You see this a lot in the NFL, everywhere you go. So what basically happens for the back shoulder pass is when a cornerback is playing tight man-to-man coverage, a cornerback's technique is to basically be right on your hip and be straight focused on you, and then when you turn your head, then the cornerback will turn his head to look for the ball. Well, what happens on the back shoulder pass is that the timing, and this is done in practice, just like you will on Madden. These professionals, they practice this all the time. So what happens is, as a couple of steps the receiver takes, he will turn his head at the last possible second, and then the ball will be right there on his back shoulder, and so the cornerback doesn't have time to react, and then the receiver can get that completion. So here is an example of it on Madden now that you have skill-based passing. When you see tight coverage, you want to put the receiver in a fade so he can go on the cornerback's outside shoulder, and then you're going to put the reticle all the way at the bottom, and then as far as you can go to get on his back shoulder. Now I know from this angle it doesn't look like that I put it on the back shoulder. So let's go into the instant replay and we'll turn the angle so you can exactly see what it looks like from the quarterback point of view. And as you can see, it's put right on the back shoulder, and the cornerback can't do anything from that standpoint. Like, because basically the receiver is looking at the last second. Here, let's get an even closer look. So if we look right at the receiver and look at the cornerback, he goes fade on his outside shoulder. The cornerback is looking at him at the last second. Terry McLaurin turns his head, and the cornerback can't do anything. So if we look at it real time, let's look at real speed, how fast it is. 1 second, boom. You can't do anything about that. That is money in the bank, let me tell you. So without getting too long with it, the only way you can throw a back shoulders pass if it's the cornerback is playing basically on the receiver's hip or above the receiver and his back is turned. If he is in a zone coverage and he is looking at the quarterback, it doesn't matter if he throws it front side, back side, it's going to be picked because he's looking right at the quarterback. So you want to make sure that it's man-to-man coverage and the receiver gets on what they call on top of the corner, so the cornerback can turn his back and start to run with the receiver. So if the receiver happens to beat the cornerback off the bump and he gets on top of the cornerback, this is the next skill that you must learn if you want to separate yourself in Madden 23, and that's learning how to throw the fade. If you're in the middle of the field, it's not going to matter. It's not that hard. You can just pretty much tap the button just like you did on Madden 22, and then maybe lead him up a little bit. You don't even have to hit L2. Just lead him up a little bit so he can run under it, and then he'll be able to get it. But once you get on the goal line or inside the 10-yard line and you want to be able to throw that fade pattern correctly and get it to where it is out the reach of the cornerback and the safety, then you want to be able to use skill-based passing to be able to throw it on the back pylon. And as you can see in this replay, basically I'm just showing you a replay of where it is and where you need to throw that ball. Next, I'm going to show you an example of some online gameplay of me throwing the back shoulder and the goal line fade. And on the fade, I broke it down on my live as to what you need to look for on that fade so you can make sure that it's going to be exactly right. Now, once again, remember, if the cornerback is facing you, if you can see the cornerback's face, then don't throw the fade, period. Unless you got a big wide receiver and you just want to match, say, oh, he's bigger than him, he could just go get it. For the most part, don't do it. There's a back shoulder. That's how you do it, fellas. That's how you do the back shoulder, fellas. Come on, give me a replay, man. Give me a replay, man. That's how you do the back shoulder. Let's go. Play my man Scary tight coverage, will you? Yes, sir. That's how you do it in gameplay. All right, so I got. Hey. If I can get Scary or Logan isolated, we good. Let's go! Come on now, with that free-form passing. Come on! Come on! Come on with the free-form passing, man. Somebody tell me something in the chat. Come on, man. It don't look no better than that, man. I don't care what y'all say. It ain't gonna look no better than that on man. It ain't gonna look like that on Sports Center. Right, that was a critical point in the game. Yes. Please have it. Yes. All right, y'all. So, I'm looking. It's man-to-man tight coverage. This is what I see. Okay, so Madden does have a little tail if you're gonna beat him. So look. So right here, you see the little stumble? See the little stumble? That's the kind of animation that you can tell that your man is gonna get over top of him. So when you see that stumble, you see this stumble right here? You can throw that thing, but now you got to execute the pass. Now you got to lead it over to the pylon. Boom. Oh my goodness. So he beats him over the top. And the safety, there's no, I mean, very few safeties. Now, he's not a great safety, but there's very few safeties that can get over there in time. Boom. Oh, that is lovely. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Target-based passing, it takes Madden to a whole nother level, takes your offense to a whole nother level, because we needed something to combat the defenses of how good they're going to be, how good man-to-man is going to be. So you're going to need to be able to master these skills if you want to take your game to the next level. So you're going to have to practice. It takes some time getting used to, but like I said, I've only had the game for 2 days, so it doesn't take that long. All right, so just take that time, put the work in, and you'll be where you need to be. Well, thank you guys for watching. As usual, always, if you like this content, want to see more, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, the bell notification icon, and never miss any of my videos. Until next time, we're gonna have some more content coming. Stay safe, don't drink and drive, take an Uber. Class is dismissed. See you guys next time.